Yo, what's up guys? In today's video, I got a bunch of Chicago Bulls news and rumors that just came out. Also, just a quick little heads up, I'm sorry about the lack of videos for this week. I've been on vacation all week. I'll probably get back to my normal schedule soon, but no matter what, check out my last video if you guys missed it. The Chicago Bulls are expected to be big spenders in free agency, and the Bulls also recently got linked to being interested in Kyle Lauri as well. But no matter what, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, leave a quick like on today's video and some comments and questions below today's video as well, and let's just jump right into it. And this rumor came out the other day, and the Minnesota Timberwolves are interested in signing Lauri Markkanen. You know, it seems like every couple times, like each month, I'd say, different teams have kind of been linked to being interested in Markkanen. I still do expect the Spurs to sign him. Hopefully the Bulls can sign and trade him to either the Spurs or the Minnesota Timberwolves. You know, but no matter what, a piece came out from The Athletic just the other day, and he mentioned that Markkanen could be a potential trade target or just free agent target for the Minnesota Timberwolves in free agency. You know, this doesn't really surprise me. It is kind of ironic that, you know, they did technically draft Markkanen and then trade him to the Bulls. But no matter what, if the Bulls could get a sign and trade done with Minnesota or say the Spurs, I would be very happy. You know, I made a video about a month ago now how Mike Escato was hearing that the Bulls are focused on a sign and trade possibility with Lauri Markkanen. I just feel like his time with the Bulls is over. You know, I still wish him well. I expect him to turn around his career, say he does sign with the Spurs, or say we do sign and trade him to the Spurs. But no matter what, it is interesting that Minnesota is being linked to him now. But I also wouldn't mind if we could trade him there and get something in return. But no matter what, leave some comments about that first topic below. And this other article came out the other day, and it's pretty interesting news. The Chicago Bulls are showing interest in Jordan Goodwin. You know, he is a guard, and the Bulls obviously don't have a first-round draft pick. I mean, there was some trade rumors or rumors that came out about how the Bulls are prepared to trade into the first round. I'd say a young talent does slip. But nonetheless, I don't expect the Bulls to trade up into the first. I wouldn't mind if we did, but I just don't really see the point. I mean, the Bulls don't have the most trade assets to get into the first round, I'd say. Also, we traded a bunch of first rounders for Vuce, and the Bulls, like I just said, did trade for Vuce. You know, they're in win now mode. I'm sure the Bulls aren't really dying to trade up into the first round to get like a young talent on this team. Say maybe a young point guard does fall like Ayo Dosunmu or Sharif Cooper. I wouldn't be mad if the Bulls traded up for one of those guys because I'm really high on both those guys, and I believe they could help the Bulls' point guard problems that we've honestly had since Derrick Rose. You know, speaking of Derrick Rose, I wouldn't mind if we did target him in free agency as well, but I'm going to be honest, I just don't see the Bulls targeting him. But back to what I was saying, the Bulls have shown interest in Jordan Goodwin. You know, huge shout out to Daniel Greenberg for putting this out on Twitter. And Goodwin is a guard, and he averaged 15 points and 10 rebounds last season at St. Louis University. And you might be asking, who is Jordan Goodwin? Because let's be honest, there's so many NBA players or NBA draft prospects that either get drafted into the second round, there's so many names, or that could possibly go undrafted. And Jordan Goodwin is projected anywhere from a second rounder to undrafted. And like I just said, the Bulls are showing interest. So you might be wondering, what is his game? Like, what's him about? You know, he's coming into the NBA draft as a senior out of St. Louis University, and his specialty is on the defensive side of the court. I automatically love to hear that. I feel like the Bulls really need to aim at a bunch of free agents, or I'd say like 3-and-D type free agents. Goodwin also averaged 2 steals per game last season, and over the course of his career, he never averaged less than 1.8 steals per game, and he also picked up 8.5 defensive wins shared. He also showed out on the boards all 4 years in college. You know, after averaging 7.5 rebounds per game as a freshman and as a sophomore, you know, Goodwin then hauled in 10.4 and 10.1 per game during his junior and senior years. You know, I love that the Bulls are targeting defense. You know, he's averaging 2 steals a game pretty much. He's also a very good rebounder for a guard as well. You know, he is a combo guard. He did score pretty much 16 points per game as a junior and 15 as a senior. And I'd say even though his shooting is a rough patch in his game, this past season he did shoot a career high 31% from 3. And sometimes good free throw shooting percentages can be a sign of a shot that can be developed and worked on. But however, I'd say this is the worst part or the weakest link of Goodwin's game. You know, Goodwin's career high in free throw percentage is 69%, which came during his freshman year. As a senior, he did shoot 64% from the line. He does struggle, I'd say, just shooting the ball in general and on the offensive end of the court. And if the Bulls are interested in Goodwin, it would more than likely be with their 38th pick, or he could be undrafted as well. But no matter what, I would not be mad if the Bulls did sign him or draft him in the second round, or say he does go undrafted. Like I said, he is a 6'3 guard, 205 pounds. I'd say his pros are he's a solid playmaker. He excels at scoring on off-ball motion plays. He's a very good rebounder. He's a very good defender that can obviously get steals. And I'd say he's a good athlete. He definitely needs to improve his shooting, especially his free throw shooting. But the summary of Jordan Goodwin is he's an athletic combo guard that is, I'd say, a project on the offensive end of the court, but he can be a very special defensive player, and he'll definitely need to improve his jumper, his free throw shooting, and he kind of has a turnover problem in games as well. But he's definitely a project, and I wouldn't be mad if the Bulls did take a chance on him, whether that's with their 38th pick or if he does go in undrafted as well. That's definitely a name to keep an eye on. And the last topic in today's video is about a potential trade, and this article just came out, I'd say, the other day. And Bleacher Report put out this article naming like one player on every NBA team that is most likely to be traded in this upcoming offseason. And the player that the Bulls are expected to trade is Aminu. And in the article, he mentioned how Aminu's on a $10 million expiring salary. So Aminu made sense as a trade chip. He didn't really play for the Bulls. I think he only played 5 or 6 games. And although the Bulls don't have a first rounder available to trade until 2026, they could toss in a second rounder just to kind of make some more salary cap in this upcoming offseason. Aminu really hasn't been good in the NBA for a few seasons now. He's had some knee injuries. He was solid for those couple seasons with the Trailblazers, but I think it's just best that the Bulls do trade him maybe with a second rounder, create more cap space maybe for Lonzo Ball or other free agents. He just doesn't fit on this team. He's not worth $10 million. I'd rather trade him than have to trade or cut Thomas Satoransky or Thaddeus Young. It just doesn't make sense to keep him on this roster. The Bulls could also select to stretch Aminu's contract. Doing this could clear up enough cap space this year to allow Chicago to sign one of the more high-named and high-priced free agents. With prime targets like Lauri and Lonzo Ball, expecting to get anywhere from $20 million per season. The Chicago Bulls may need some money, and that would come from stretching Aminu or possibly just trading him with maybe a second rounder. But no matter what, I hope we do trade him, clear up more cap space. Arturis has a lot of work to do in this upcoming offseason. I hope you guys enjoyed today's quick little news and rumor and just update video. Leave some comments and questions below today's video talking about any of the topics I talked about. Thank you guys for watching today's video. Have a good one.